the whole saying is like, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade or whatever. I would like to amend that. When an Instagram follower gives you a Emmy Super for free, you say yes. This was sent in to me by someone who follows me on Instagram. They're like, hey, do you want this? And I was like, huh? What? So yeah, it just doesn't work. Do you want it? And I was like, yeah, for sure, dude. Send it in. So shout outs to him. I'm gonna take the top off, assess some damage. The wind mechanism here is, seems like it's at just about the end of its throw. So my thought would be, there you go. I'm so smart sometimes. Basically, I think I know what happened. But before I say anything, I'm gonna remove the bottom and not sound like an idiot. Nope. Ooh. See, that's not. Okay. I think I got it. Maybe. I might not have gotten it. But my suspicion is that this is broken. Okay, that's what I'm gonna go with. I have a just inkling of an idea that this camera might not work. Let's find out. Anyway, going back to Instagram follower, I don't really know anything about him. I think this came from Oklahoma though, so that's cool. I don't really have much more information than that. Okay, so basically, oh, no way. Okay. No film. So this just flew out, and let's see. I don't know where this comes from. I genuinely have no idea where that is supposed to be, but it's not supposed to be where it was. Let me see. I had an Emmy Super shutter here the other day, and it is now there. It is now. What the fuck? What are we doing here? I knew it. I knew exactly what it was the whole time. I wasn't even remotely concerned about it. So, yeah, this is from something, and I don't know where. But this shutter, very broken, but how it's supposed to work is it's supposed to latch up here, and then you pull down on this and it discharges. So if it's not doing that, the thought is that this little tensioning deal there might be booted up here, right? So if that's the case, then fuck. If that is now the case, I'm not able to advance it because basically it's not latching properly. I turned the air off so I could record this. That was a big fucking mistake because this is not a good video, and that piece is where it needs to be. So I guess that's kind of a moot point there. Let's see. Basically the tensioning thing is where it needs to be. I can see it right here, but that's still there's still something in there that is causing it to... Okay. Whole thing's gonna have to come apart then, which is just what the fucking people wanted, so we'll just get going on that. So far, not a huge fan of this gift. It's more of a curse than anything else, as I would say is most of the knowledge I have, because I've not spoken about this in a while, but basically how I view it is that most people look at a camera and they'll think, oh, that's cool, and then they move on with their life. I look at a camera and I think, wow, that's so cool. I wonder if they have this issue with it. I wonder why they got this camera. I wonder if they know that it can do these things. Blah, 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 blah. Like, it has just become this fucking ingrained, part of my living brain, pretty much, which is just the worst thing you can condone onto somebody, worst thing you can give to somebody. Spoke about it recently. I was talking to my buddy about like athleticism, and by no stretch of the imagination is this an athletic hobby, although I am sweating like one now. But if you think about it, there are, especially in the sport I like, which is MMA, there's a number of athletes that are capable of remarkable feats. But then when you ask them about it, they're unable to effectively articulate, why they do the thing that they do or whatever. And my thought behind that is that they are well versed in the language of athleticism, and not in all cases, but in the English language. Like, they're not processing what they do as, how can I transcribe this into language? They're just like, this is how I do it because this is how I've always done it. This is how I've done it since I was a kid. Yada, yada, yada. That looks disgusting. And to a degree, that's kind of what this is, where it has now become this like language in which I communicate, in which I see the world. It's an extension of camera repair shit, which is the dumbest fucking concept I've ever had in my mind. But the point being is that everybody has that level of, most people, I think, have that level of understanding of a concept. My girlfriend, for instance, is very intelligent about many, many things that I'm not, which is fantastic for me. I'm a big fan. One of which is like taxes and numbers and things of that nature. She's very good at designing systems. She's really good at cooking food. I require things like a recipe, but she does not, because she's a genius. So she speaketh the language of the food. And that's due to, in part, because, she grew up helping out her parents in the kitchen and all this stuff, and like, that's something that she's passionate about, something she's really talented about. But to that same extent, she's talented. Well, anyway, this is now just becoming the let's gloat about my girlfriend, but really, in reality, that's just how I view it. And much like she can cook an amazing meal, I can fix broken cameras that nobody really wants fixed. So let's just say we both bring a little something to the table, huh? Okay, some of us more than others. And by that I mean, anyway, got about 30 minutes before I'm gonna go hang out with a buddy of mine, so gotta make this snappy. There's loose stuff where there shouldn't be, which is not promising. There's like a giant clump of plastic. Giant being the relative term here. It's not that big, I guess, but I don't know, big enough to be noticeable, and that it's not where it should be. But then we have two power wires that we're gonna yoink out of here, because those just tend to get in the way. Have the pink wire here on the end contact, which that's kind of common, but sometimes it's not. Then the brown wire, that's pretty standard. The brass contact here. And then the white. And then two spaces, which I don't need to unsolder. Going to yoink the power contacts here. There's two of them, red and blue. I'm gonna take off the flash wire here because when I detach the mirror box, it's going to be easier to deal with then. I'm also going to detach the red power wire on this side there, and then also going to detach the other resistance feeding wire there. So that is about all the soldering I need to do. Some people would have you think, well actually no, there's one other thing I have to solder. Some people would have you think to unsolder these wires here for the power contact. I'm not going to do that because I value my time a little bit. Instead, what we're going to do is take these 4 screws out here. What I'm realizing too as I'm doing this is I really need to speak commentary that is worth keeping in, because if I'm editing this and I'm like, man, this is dumb commentary, I'm going to cut all of it, then I'm going to be even more pissed that I turned the air off, because I turned the air off so I could make some kind of commentary for this video. But if I don't include the commentary, then I'm just suffering here for no reason, really. So I'm really trying to find things that are worth talking about, things that could be maybe viewed as interesting or, you know, worth discussion. Loosen these wires here, and then I like to take care of this contact because basically this is going to become loose, and then I'm going to probably yoink the battery compartment so the contact can be fed through the bottom of this camera, if that makes sense. And if it doesn't, that's okay, don't worry about it. I've done this before. We're in good hands. It's like Allstate. Oh, this is pissing me off. So anyway, good commentary time. Let's see what to talk about. I got a sunburn today, which is awesome. It was literally in a car with my buddy and had the windows rolled down because he didn't have any air conditioning. We're driving down to Salem and got a sunburn. So that was cool. We were in the car for a total of like, I think 2 hours thereabouts. And yeah, I guess that's all it took, really. So this is gonna take a little goosing to get loosened. What I'm gonna do before I forget is unsolder the last point of contact, which is the purple wire. I've kind of gone back and forth on my approach here. Sometimes I like to yoink this contact plate there, and then approach the wire from here. It's fairly easy. Other times I will, fuck, the soldering iron's still hot. I'm really glad I just touched that, because Lord knows it's not hot enough in here as it is. Other times I'll just loosen up the mirror box and then detach it from there. But in an instance like this where it feels like the mirror box is going to be a little bit more of a pain, I don't want to accidentally yoink this one loose, so we're going to yoink it from here, if you will. Be so fucking for real right now, dude. Maybe, hear me out, hot take, maybe if I turned the soldering iron on, that would be good. Jiminy Christmas. Dude, I'm telling you, sometimes I'm like, man, I'm on top of the world. I got my life figured out. YouTube, I got that figured out. I know how to talk to my family now. I got all of my stuff taken care of. I'm selling cameras. Life is good. And then I do shit like that. I'm like, wow, I am so dumb sometimes. It's really nice. It's nice to have like the ebbs and flows of life, you know, the pros and cons, if you will. And fuck me sideways, what are we doing here? What are you holding on for? Let go, dude. It's over. I got you. Dead to rights, buddy. Oh, it's because this is like partially engaged. You fucker. Come on. There we go. This is going to be so unbelievably fucked. Great. Okay. So that's loose now. Now the important thing while we're here is we're going to immediately take out these, because the last thing that we want is to sever the wires from the contact board, because that's a fucking disaster to try to remember where those are lined up. Don't ask me how I know this, but if you are going to do this, which I don't recommend you do, this is the easiest way to pull that. Fuck you, dude. What are we doing here? Actually, that should probably kick off. That's the easiest way to do that, to separate this here. And from now, we can like take a better look as to why this is fucking up. So, it looks like this is not latching. That's not latching in place enough. Because if that kicks out, which it should do, it should be enough to hold that second charging mechanism in place. But that's not happening because why would it? Oh, is that perchance the reason? No. Okay, so there's a lot going on here. Great. Good. Okay, fantastic, swell, awesome. And now the mystery remains, where did that piece come from that just fell out? This was being really, okay, sweet. This was really loose, but now it's kind of cooperating. Who knows, dude? Who fucking knows about any of this shit? I should know because this is kind of my deal. This is what I do, but I'm at a loss. I'm at a loss for now. I will think about it. I will ponder it. I need to turn the air on and go breathe for a minute because I am sweating in places I'd rather not talk about on this channel. Pretend to keep it family friendly here. And then also, what the fuck are we doing here, dude? That's just, like, this is completely destroyed. Okay. I think the shutter's gonna have to come apart. I think is ultimately what's gonna have to happen here. Didn't want it to happen, but that's what's gonna have to happen. So, all will be good. I will figure it out. It seems like the charging mechanism is just moving the blades partially, but it's not moving it enough to finish the latching sequence for the magnet charging, which may or may not be actually functioning now that I'm looking at it. Are you working? You son of a bitch. I don't know if this is even working. Oh my god. Oh, yeah, God forbid. God forbid that we have an easy one. Anyway, just shout out again to the guy who sent this in. This is great. This is just what I needed on my Monday night. It was a real mindfuck. Yes, sir. Oh, did I just do it? Did that fix it? Are we in business? Ooh. Ooh. Nope, that doesn't look very... Oh, there we go. This needs to be somewhere... Yeah, this has got to come out. So, I guess we'll just do a quick crash course. Here's how we take the fucking shutter out. This will be easy because we already have the battery compartment fucking detached or whatever the fuck. Put those screws together so that will make more sense. Zoink this off here. This is the tripod mounting thing, whatever the fuck. I don't know, dude. I am just sweating buckets here. It is just the bee's knees, if you will. Girlfriend's coming home soon, so I gotta turn the AC on so it's a little bit cooler by the time. Oh, nice. Landed in my nice branding there. Still see it there. Nice. Shout out again, Taptech Digital, for the hookup. Yeah. So this back screw here is for the shutter as well. Let's talk about where we're at though, because I realize I've just been grunting and moaning, and that's usually not the best way to share information. So where we're at essentially is that I have the shutter to a point where it is now engaged with an asterisk. The problem was the charging mechanism was not actually charging the totality of the shutter. It was just partially moving the blades, but not allowing the latch to latch, essentially. Now with it sitting as loose as it is, that's likely due to... what the fuck? I don't think I've ever actually seen this. So, investigation. It's not still fully latching properly because I reset one of the catch mechanisms, but not the others. So that tension goes there. And that other one is back there. Is that what's missing? Oh shit. Wait. I think we figured it out. Did we, or am I just losing? I think I might just be losing it. Nope, I think we got it. I think we figured out maybe what was missing all along was the friends we made along the way. Okay, so this little pin that came flying out of the bottom, and I was like, this looks important. This sits right... let's see if I can get a little light on this. This sits right there, okay? And there's a little spring that kicks onto that. And so that little spring is what keeps the tension here. This should not be moving the way it does. When I move this, this should be enough to charge this mechanism while also rotating the totality of these pieces here, which is what engages the magnet into the shutter magnet. And that shutter magnet controls the different aberrations for the shutter speeds. Now the fact that that is not all properly synced up means it's not in a position in which I can release this to fire the shutter, meaning that this was not in a proper position to charge. All that to be said, this thing's kind of fucked in a way that I don't think I've actually I know I've never seen anything that's this fucked. Pros and cons. Pros, I have other shutters, so I could just kind of do a little zippity doo-dah and get a camera working out of this. The cons is that I don't think there's any way that I can really fix that, because this kind of blew out of there. There was the plastic piecing. The housing of the piece was kind of, I think, a plastic build, it looked like. So I'd have to completely reform the unit, which I don't have the mental capacity or the skills or the tools or really anything in order to do that. So we're gonna have to replace the shutter, which I think I kind of could have guessed going into this that that's the likelihood. But sometimes you get lucky and it just needs to be cleaned or whatever. But that's where we're at now. So cool. I'm glad that I got fucking kind of sorted out. I'm gonna turn the air on because I am dying and very tired. So thank you for watching. Appreciate it as always. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel. Let me know if you want to see a part 2, and catch you on the next one.